So we've talked obviously a lot about hand path, getting the club working around, but obviously getting the club to stay outside the hands, all right?
Yeah.
So this is basically obviously looking down the line, both cases here. I just, there you go. So take away on this left hand one now. You can see the hands almost creating more space as they go back from here. So almost like taking the hands out and around, yeah? That stops the club going inside. But when you get to about here, the club now has gone behind the hands, and now the club's going to get a bit flatter and then laid off, and then you're obviously trying to get back to the goal. But now the problem is if you've gone back that way and slid a little bit, trying to get the ball back underneath, it doesn't make any sense. So you're always going to have to come back almost slightly back on the same path your hands reverted to in the takeaway, okay? So you can see your hands are coming back onto that white line, further away from the body. You've got to pull it. If you don't pull it, or cut it, which can still be a good shot like so, you shank it. Yeah, because you just try and you hang on to the angle, get right on the target, you rise the hand of the club, and it's just a shank. Or then you just try and smother your hand, and it's a big old duck up, right? Look at the difference in your takeaway now, and I can show you a video in a second, but the comparison is between you and Tiger. Your left hand now goes nearer to your leg as you go back, yeah?
Yeah.
So the daylight now, and the clubs are going behind you, that's perfect, yeah? So the hands are working inside, yeah? Your left arm now is more underneath your shoulders here, clubs in front, all in a good spot there. As you go back, up through your right forearm, perfectly. Top of the backswing, good. Coming back in, okay, your arms and hands now are more into the body. So if the arms are now nearer to the body here, this sort of similar sort of position, the space in there compared to the space in there, yeah?
Yeah.
Your arms are now in here. So if your hand path is better because the hips have been the general and led the arm, you go around the corner, the hands are followed, now your hips can move this way, yeah? So it all kind of stems from that, not that. I think you've probably got, we talked about that chipping, you sort of go back a bit this way to try and get the club outside. It's getting a bit too much. It's now then kind of moved into your long game a little bit and made it look a little bit more pronounced. So the strike's been good, but he's been pulling it. Like, you just can't stop the ball right target unless you aim like 50 yards right. So at least this one here, now the club can come back. Club's going back more on the inside path. Good strike of the ball. Ball hits right at that white line, as you can see, and then turns to the target and absolutely plumb stiff. Well, fall from the flag, okay. All right, so get that hip taking the club away. Now this is going to move back. The hands are going to follow in this direction. The club still follows around the corner, but because it's starting over here, it's going to be outside of that, yeah?
Yeah.
The club, if I have the club out here, yeah, I turn here, the club's just outside there. We're not going to be going like that, yeah? Equally, we don't want to be going that way or out that way, yeah? This leads that, it follows around the corner, yeah? So having your hands in this grip position here now, kind of made that the whole way, yeah?
Yeah.
That stops you whipping inside. So your feeling is kind of that left wrist joint kind of pushing down as the club goes back. Gets that club pushing up and getting it more upright with the hands. The hands are working on a good path, they're creating a curve. That's probably the best takeaways you've had in terms of positioning wise for a long time, mate.
Yeah.
From there, it's basically just nothing else to sort of, you just swing through and commit to the shot, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot easier. Okay, mate?
Yes.
Good stuff, right?